Alright, let's go ahead and talk to everyone and then do this last quest. Yeah, we did that one. Did that one. Themis should have something new. We shall stay here and wait for Claudien to regain his senses. Pray rest while you can. Nah, I don't think I will. Guided by the past. Lahabrea watches over Claudien with concern. It seems we can do naught but wait. Yeah, I think he's got the same hair, except without the orange tint. Perhaps we might discuss a matter which has been troubling me. I was going to ask about the Ascian. While your colleague Nemgigi was enlightening us on the historical events which led to this era, she let slip a name of one of the Ascians. Lahabrea. Well, you idiot, Lala. Although she knew of the figure only from her research, she was most insistent that there is no evidence connecting the Ascian to myself. Right. Yet I'm aware that this Lahabrea used the heart of Sabik to sow chaos throughout the world, and I would be a fool to deny such strong connection between us. You are the only one present who has met the Ascian in question, so I would ask you directly, are he and I one and the same? Is my fate to work in the shadows and bring about untold destruction? I mean, you two are very different people. Well, I really can't be certain. I would say yes, but the thing is, Emmett is Emmett. And I think Lahabrea might actually be Lahabrea, although I don't know how he changed this much. Because like Emmett was still kind of the same person. He was just like delusional after the 5,000 whatever years of trying to get back his home. A diplomatic answer. I understand the Ascians often use the bodies of others to enact their plots, so it is impossible to say who they truly are. These Ascians, or Paragons, I'm told, were ruthless in their scheming to rejoin the Sundered Worlds. I've heard but a small number of their deeds, and I still find it difficult to comprehend the depths to which they were willing to sink. To choose a path of evil, all for the sake of the star. I admit, 'tis a decision I would make under the right circumstances. Although the ages may take their toll, my devotion to my duty will never waver. Paying no heed to what might be lost, I will treat the heart of Sabik as a mere tool for my own ends. Never caring to look beyond the surface, I will unleash forces that I fail to truly comprehend, and remain blissfully ignorant to my hypocrisy all the while. The sudden cut to black was jarring. Oh, this is Claudien, isn't it? Yep. Oh yeah, he really does look like Eric, doesn't he? I didn't notice the resemblance. Ah, it happens Claudien has awakened. Brilliant. I have some faint memories of what transpired. You stood against Athena and won. And you were there too. Lahabrea, Eric's memories of you dwell within me still. Through unyielding discipline, you hoped to forge a son equal to yourself. But the crucible you placed him in left scars which are loath to heal. Yet you were never motivated by selfishness. All you did was in service of your duty. At the least, I will hear no more. Though you may possess Eric's memories, you are not him. In rebirth, you have become someone else entirely, and you belong to this age. As such, I am your enemy, and an enemy does not deserve sympathy. Of course, I would never condone the actions of the Asians, but you are not him. You are Lahabrea of the Convocation. You spared no effort in saving us from Athena's machinations. For that, you deserve the utmost praise, and my personal thanks. If you insist on deceiving yourself, then so be it. My stance remains unchanged. The most difficult part of your trials are behind you, but you may find that Pandæmonium has yet to relinquish the last of its secrets. You mean Savage? That last fight Savage version seems like it would be absolutely terrible. Among them is the identity of Anabaseios' liberator, who set the very first wheels in motion. There is but one place to find these answers: the past. However, I must insist that you keep silent about Athena's fate. While I doubt it would change the decision I make, you should not tender us information we could not uncover ourselves. Now that I have said my piece, I shall follow in my son's footsteps. Oh yeah, he's just gonna go away too. I mean, Themis is gonna go away too, since we are gonna, like, undo the stitching that we did. Those odious memories will fade to nothing, as was always their fate. Farewell. My time, too, draws near, but I believe I can stay long enough to see this matter through. You shall journey to the past to seek out the truth of Lahabrea's words, yes? While Themis himself may have been there to see this encounter, I have the unique opportunity to hear your perspective on the matter. That is, of course, if you'll share it with me. I look forward to it. I shall take to the ethereal sea one final time as I await your return. Alright, let's go and talk to everyone, and I think we need to head back to the past. Well, I mean, it just said it did. I believe we've yet to see the full extent of these events we'll have on the ethereal sea. Once Professor Claudien recovers, we must conduct a thorough investigation. Oh, I meant to hit him GG there. Versanod and I shall return to Aporia and make a report to Master Fortunald at once. Oh, where to begin? I, too, shall stay here and await your return. I could use the rest. There's a matter I would discuss with you and Themis before we say our farewells. Now all that is left is to return to Pandæmonium and ask Lahabrea to shed light upon a few remaining mysteries. I look forward to your return. Alright, let's go ahead and teleport over there. World on Sunder. Do I actually? Yeah, okay. Let's go and teleport to Agnarosis and fly on over. Alright, here we are. Let's enter the gates of Pandæmonium. And is Lahabrea just going to be inside, or is this going to trigger a cutscene? Okay. Gotta run all the way over there. Oh, there's actually some people here now. What the heck? Huh? Wait, what? Hold on. Ah, you must be brilliant. I'm Hegemony, keyword of Abyssos. But I suspect you may already know that. We did meet once before, after all, although I was not entirely myself. Thanks to you, however, I can rightly say my faculties are mine once more. At present, I'm taking shock of the damage done to the facility. Wait, are there any more to talk to here? No, okay. I didn't realize everything was good now. I guess since we defeated Athena, that somehow this fixed everything? I'm gonna need an explanation, Lahabrea. Hopefully you have one. Once he spawns in here. Okay, actually I have to go in here. There we go. Brilliant! I didn't expect to see you again so soon, but 'tis always a joy. You seem quite happy to be here. Thank you for catching up on us. Did you speak with Hegemony and the other warders on your way here? The work is long, but they've made great strides to undoing Athena's meddling. I think I'm missing something here, or maybe we're not supposed to know why. Brilliant. Truth be told, I thought you would have little reason to ever visit this place again. It seems I was wrong. Oh wait, at the end of Abyssos, did we squashed her plan at that time, but then her real plan was to do stuff in the future. Okay, I think that's how it played out. I'm looking for answers. Yep, that's why I'm here. How neatly you obfuscate your motivations. Do as you will then. She has gone through the trouble to visit us, so I hardly think curtness is in order. We braved Pandæmonium together. Why not at least share with her our progress? I have relinquished control of Pandæmonium to Lahabrea. I was never meant to hold it for long, and now such authority resides in the rightful hands. With Lahabrea's help, we have poured through Athena's research into the Hemitheoi. Thus, we were able to restore Hegemony's mind and body. Yet there is still much work to be done, damage to repair, keywords to replace. The tasks are too many to count. But although the path may be long, our progress is steady. I believe we can safely say that Pandæmonium will soon function as it did before. Indeed. Before we reach that point, however, there are some matters which must be put to rest. One concerns Pandæmonium itself, and another is a personal matter. Until they are settled, I cannot move forward. I shall not take long. Lack of resolve caused me to delay, but I've chosen my course. These concerns must be weighty indeed. Do you intend to share your burdens with us? If you would bear witness, then come. Your arrival at this very moment also beggars belief, but I shall not ask you to leave. I simply ask that you do not interfere, no matter what may happen. Well, obviously we're going to want to interfere, but we can't, even though this is all a closed time loop. It doesn't matter what we do. Stay here. This will be over soon. What's he gonna do? Why did you call me here, Master Lahabrea? There's still much to be done if the warders are to be freed. You have served within Pandæmonium since Athena's time, have you not? That makes you the most senior key ward. Now that Agdistus is gone. As such, you deserve to know a secret few others are privileged to hear. One concerning myself. Separating Anabaseios from myself required removing part of my soul. A necessary sacrifice, but one which came at no small cost to my natural talents. I'm but a shadow of the man I was at the time of my appointment as Lahabrea. I could never hope to wield the same magics as his Hephaestus used to bind the warders' minds, let alone break their shackles. No way, is Hegemony the actual Lahabrea that we fight? I think he's gonna appoint her as the new Lahabrea. That would be interesting. That tone of defeat does not befit your voice, Master Lahabrea. Do not give in to despair. There is no despair, only truth. I do not confide in you to garner cheap sympathy. Hephaestus left behind a fascinating research. His conclusions was that in order to transform a vessel into Anabaseios, absolute control over their mind was essential. As you well know, the magics used to achieve such a dominion exploited strong emotions within their victim's heart. In the case of Hesperos and Agdistus, their respect for me. Upon slipping his bonds, Hephaestus took steps to throw Pandæmonium into chaos. With their attention divided, keyword and warder alike were easy targets. But there was an act that came before. Regardless of Hephaestus' prowess, he could not have won freedom on his own. Okay, I was completely on the opposite. I'll go in the opposite direction with this. For long days and nights, I pondered who might have released him. I could only conclude that Athena's plans were set in motion long, long ago, when she claimed the mind of one of her admirers. Hegemony, none would question your pride in your position, your devotion to Pandæmonium. But you do not believe I am the one fit to lead it, do you? Your loyalty lies within my vision of Pandæmonium, but Athena's, ooh. Master Lahabrea, what has spurred this sudden accusation? I assure you, there is a proper explanation. Right. What are you doing, Lahabrea? Do not approach. As I've already stated, even should I detect Athena's tinkering, I'm currently powerless to dispel it. And so, I've come to the decision, one which was made with the best interests of our star in mind. In order to build a better future, I require the strength I've lost. Is he gonna just take a piece of her soul? Or what's he gonna do? I must embrace these odious memories. Mark well this sight. Engrave it upon your soul. You now bear witness to the true Lahabrea. What? I cannot imagine this was an easy choice, but it is done. Is she alive? Yes, and she shall remember this lesson well. Athena's puppet no longer, I see. She may yet harbor ill will towards me, but that is a risk I'm willing to take. Our star requires a steady hand to guide it, and now mine is equal to the task. I can no longer allow Pandæmonium to divert my focus. Hegemony, I would ask that you serve me anew. There is no other more suited to overseeing this prison. None other who will take such pride in their duty. Okay, so he is gonna keep her. But not like, I was thinking, yeah, never mind. My loyalty to Athena led me to betray you once before. Why would you allow me to keep the position of a keyword? I require your talents, as I require Hephaistos's. The past is of no consequence. Very well. In honor of our fallen colleagues, I shall restore this institution to its former glory. Lahabrea is himself once more. He wields his authority without hesitation, and thinks not twice once his judgment has sounded. Yet he is different from Athena. He thinks only of the betterment of the star. So long as duty guides his actions, he shall not share her fate. And should this conviction ever waver, the emissary will set him back to the proper course. Good. If this is the path he chooses to walk, then I will walk it with him. I'll allow our bond to fray no further. As his son, I will support him in the days ahead. I would not ask you to say the same, Brilliant. You and I stand on peaks separated by vast chasms. Our perspectives shall never align. And never shall one give way to the other, for such is our nature. With that in mind, let us consider any debts between us to be void. Before you leave here, mark well these words. My resolve shall weather loss unfathomable, and yield before no obstacle. Walk your path with the same conviction. Go and talk to everyone, and then I guess head on back to Claudien and Themis. Master Lahabrea saw through me long ago, but now my mind is unclouded by doubt, and I shall not fail him again. Hephaistos and Lahabrea were one and the same. When he was named as one of the convocation, this change poses no need for concern, for all is as it should be. From this day forward, I will do what I can to aid my father. In this way, I shall forge my own future. If not for you, my long slumbering demons may have gone unslain. I would have never been forced to reconsider my true nature. Yet, as I said, do not consider this admission of debt. Now, I believe you have other places to be. Remain here any longer, and I may be inclined to place you in a cell next to one of our more recalcitrant subjects. Well, let's get out of here then. Let's see, yep, teleport to Aporia and then head back down to the Ethereal Sea. Okay, need to head on inside. Yeah, Teoscope. Then Themis and Lahabrea should be... Oh, no, Lahabrea's gone. It's just Themis and Claudien and his assistants. Or did the assistants go back in already? I think they might have already said... I think they might have said that. But yeah, just Themis and Claudien left. Ah, you are returned. I should like to hear what you discovered. Though I believe your friend has business with us first. There you are, brilliant. While you were away, Themis brought me up to speed on all that happened while I was held prisoner. His story shone light upon any number of questions that were niggling at my consciousness. Namely, those concerning the ethereal signature emanating from As's law. Doubtless its source was Athena, reaching out as far as she could from her prison, ever grasping for someone to take Eric's place, grasping for the body his soul resided in. I wanted to ask, when you first touched the crystal, were you unable to hear the memories stored within? Indeed, it was only after our research was well underway that I could hearken to its whispers. Contact with the crystal should have awakened memories, but the passage of time likely changed Eric's soul in subtle ways. Perhaps ethereal resonance was a gradual process in this case. However, being attuned to Eric exposed you to Athena's voice as well. Doubtless the choice to venture forth into As's law was not your own. It was Athena's influence working through you. I do recall being strangely fixated on acting alone. I never would have encouraged such recklessness usually. Although the choice was not entirely my own, I am still ashamed of my actions. Reflection is how we plant the seeds of growth, although we must not blame ourselves for events out of our control. That the voice in the crystal belonged to the person from which your soul originated, well, not even the most brilliant researcher could have come to that conclusion. Your reassurance means more than you know. Thank you. Now, one final matter. It concerns the very crystal whose discovery set this adventure in motion. Perhaps sparked by recent events, a new light began to shine from within its depths. From my experience, this may indicate that a new memory has floated to the surface, eager to be discovered. Well, who's this going to be? For some time, the question of why Lahabrea and Eric would leave such a crystal behind in the first place has lingered in the back of my mind. With Eric's memories and such magical talents as are at my disposal, I believe I can make this final memory manifest for us all to behold. Shall we witness it together? Okay, sounds good to me. Now, who's this gonna be? Is it gonna be Athena? No, because Athena was completely liberated from her thing and she was just playing crazy. So that means it's gonna be one of the two of them, or it's gonna be Themis. Okay, it is Eric. I leave this memory to you, the future of our star. The final days have come, and the creation magics we have so relied upon now hasten our downfall. But despair has not yet won out. Lahabrea and the others of the convocation are working to stem the chaos which threatens to engulf our star. Their plan requires a great sacrifice. Anabaseios, Themis, has already offered to give his life for our salvation. Yet there is another problem which must be dealt with: Pandæmonium, wherein are confined our most vicious creations. Even should we survive the final days, it will take time to restore order. If Pandæmonium's cells were breached and their prisoners set upon the star, our hard-won peace would be obliterated in an instant. Someone must stay behind and ensure that it never happens. With Themis and Lahabrea otherwise indisposed, that responsibility falls to me. And that is why I must defy the directive of the convocation. My soul will not be offered to manifest the will of the star, but instead consigned to eternal vigil. I know that in doing so, the final days may take me. I may not live to see my duty upheld. That's why I have resolved to set this crystal adrift in the tides of the underworld. It contains memories of Pandæmonium from both my father and I shall bear this warning to the future, even if I cannot. I've imbued the crystal with magics that will attract it to my essence. Even should I journey through the underworld and be born anew, this message will reach me. Pandæmonium shall not be left unattended. Interesting. If all else fails, then perhaps another woman like my dear friend will come along. One with an almost unnatural ability to pick up the scent of trouble. Well, that sounds like me. I wonder where she is now. How many souls has she saved? And how many beasts has she slain since last we met? Alongside my warning, this memory shall carry a wish. Brilliant. May we meet again. Now listen well. If anyone receives this message, you must come to Pandæmonium. Please make haste. I repeat. And that's how the crystal got to us. Or rather, it got to Claudien. Well, that dispels the last of my doubts. Thank you for humoring me. And now we come to this. It survived. Yes, the heart of Sabik. The tie that bound Athena's memory to my body, no doubt. When I regained my senses, I found it on my person. Now it appears your efforts have left it bereft of memories. No trace remains of Athena. However, its power as Aurosite yet remains, and it may prove to be a valuable trove of knowledge in the hands of the right researcher. I feel that fate has left it with me for a reason. I shall take my leave, but on behalf of my colleagues, nay, the entire star. I thank you both for putting an end to Athena's wickedness. Alright, let's talk to Themis. We gotta let him go.
I see. Then Hephaestus' story has been laid bare.
I didn't realize they have a voiced one at the very end here, but I guess it's just Elidibus.
As has the nature of our mysterious crystal. The questions which led us into Pandæmonium are answered, and soon order shall be restored.
Still don't feel like his voice matches this body.
I too can fade away, unburdened by regret. I could not have reached this point without you, friend.
Like, it's great voice, it just doesn't match this character model.
So many revelations. But there are more, if you would dig a little deeper. Elidibus's soul was plucked from the ethereal sea, and from it I was wrought. Surely you have a passing interest in what I remember, in what I feel.
Wait, so is this the version that has all the memories?
You deserve what answers I can provide. While my memories of Pandæmonium are clear, all else is hazy at best.
Okay. I mean, his memories were hazy before, too.
Perhaps Athena made me this way. Or perhaps it is the result of who or what I was before. Still, I can recall vague figures, scenes from my future and your past. At the Crystal Tower's peak, we clash. And later, from that selfsame spire, I send you forth.
Yep.
Into our age, into Elpis. Why do I decide on such a course? Formless as these images are, I cannot say. However, I can hazard a guess. Somewhere within my fragmented memories, I catch a glimpse of our journey into Pandæmonium.
Yeah, he said that in the cutscene.
A glimpse which shows not the path we took or the destination where it led us, yet by its very presence demands that you are required in Elpis.
Because he, quote, saw us there. And then we didn't actually meet him during MSQ.
That act is but one link in the chain of events which ends in Atheris' salvation. Then this all has meaning. Our time together, every moment, is worthwhile, and I am unburdened by regret.
Well, that's nice to hear.
That said, it is possible my motivations become something else entirely. That you would cross this vast expanse in the hopes of being reunited with your allies. A devotion that once would have baffled me. But after having been to the depths of that twisted prison and back, I think I can understand. Now, I have pulled back the curtain as far as I dare. The people of your age call this the ethereal sea, a name I quite enjoy, for it teems with life, each star a soul on its journey. And among these uncountable stars, it was yours that crossed my path. For that, I shall be forever grateful. I wish you well on your journey. A journey as long as your star is bright. A journey not bound by the confines of this world or any other.
One thing I just realized is that they can just full on use full MSQ stuff like this in the side story. Or MSQ stuff that you supposedly did in MSQ in the side story like this. Like, they just have the full thing, but then they're not allowed to use side content for the most part unless, like, you do a special thing. Anyway. That wasn't a complete thought. Never mind. Alright, that should be pretty much the end. Probably just talking to Claudien and the assistants once more. Or apparently we're gonna get something here.
How fascinating. The truths that dwell at the edge of sleep. The course of history is set by its victors. It is immutable, and yet should this star continue upon its path, look, the light.
There we go. Go ahead and talk to Claudien and wrap this up. Welcome back, Brillian. I hope you said farewell to Themis for me. Recent events have given me not only a new focus for my research, but also insight into my own origins. Truly, 'tis a gift I could never hope to repay. As Lahabrea said, I'm not Eric, yet I bear a part of him inside me, and I shall do what I can to follow the traces he has left behind in the present day. A spark has been struck in my mind. I'm ready to pursue my research with a fervor the likes of which I have not had since my youth. Doubtless I should have need of you in the days and moons ahead. When that time comes, I only hope that you will once again lend me your sound counsel. Until then, may you fare well. Alright, let's grab the skill speed and be done. Awesome jail, great job.